World War II, spanning from 1939 to 1945, was a global conflict that profoundly changed the course of history. The war's origins can be traced to the Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I but imposed harsh penalties on Germany. The economic and political instability that followed gave rise to Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party, who promised to restore Germany's power and prestige. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, employing Blitzkrieg tactics that combined rapid ground assaults, air attacks, and artillery bombardments. This invasion prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany, marking the beginning of World War II. The Blitzkrieg quickly overwhelmed Poland, and by the end of 1939, Germany had control over the country. In the spring of 1940, Germany launched invasions into Denmark and Norway, followed by Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. The fall of France in June 1940 left Britain as the only major power resisting Nazi Germany. The Battle of Britain ensued, with the Royal Air Force defending the skies against the Luftwaffe. Despite intense bombing raids, Britain emerged victorious, forcing Hitler to abandon plans for an invasion. Meanwhile, in the east, Germany turned its attention to the Soviet Union. Operation Barbarossa, launched on June 22, 1941, was the largest military invasion in history. Initially, the German forces made significant advances, capturing vast territories and inflicting heavy losses on the Soviet Red Army. However, the tide began to turn during the brutal winter of 1941-1942, and the Soviets launched a counteroffensive, culminating in the Battle of Stalingrad. This battle, one of the bloodiest in history, ended with the encirclement and defeat of the German Sixth Army, marking a turning point on the Eastern Front. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, drawing the United States into the war. The U.S. quickly mobilized its vast industrial and military resources, and the conflict became truly global. In the Pacific, the U.S. adopted an island hopping strategy, capturing key islands and moving closer to Japan. The Battle of Midway in June 1942 was a decisive victory for the U.S. Navy, significantly weakening the Japanese fleet. In Europe, the Allies prepared for a massive invasion to liberate the continent. On June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, Allied forces landed on the beaches of Normandy, France. This operation marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. As Allied troops advanced through France, they liberated occupied territories and uncovered the horrors of the Holocaust, where millions of Jews and other persecuted groups had been systematically exterminated. The final push into Germany came in early 1945. Allied forces from the West and Soviet forces from the East converged on Berlin. The Battle of Berlin was fierce and devastating, with the city ultimately falling in April 1945. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler committed suicide in his bunker, and Germany unconditionally surrendered on May 7, 1945, marking the end of the war in Europe. Despite the victory in Europe, the war in the Pacific continued. To avoid a costly invasion of Japan, the United States decided to use a new and terrifying weapon, the atomic bomb. On August 6, 1945, an atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, followed by another on Nagasaki on August 9. The unprecedented destruction and loss of life led to Japan's surrender on August 15, 1945, bringing World War II to a close. The aftermath of World War II saw the establishment of the United Nations, aimed at preventing future global conflicts. The war resulted in the deaths of an estimated 70 to 85 million people, reshaped borders, and set the stage for the Cold War. The legacy of World War II continues to influence global politics, economics, and society, serving as a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the enduring hope for peace.